CQDX, CQDX, CQDX. This is Havana calling. CQDX, CQDX, CQDX. This is Radio Havana calling all shortwave listeners and radio amateurs. Welcome to... DXers Unlimited, Radio Havana's weekly feature dedicated to the fascinating world of radio communications.
Hola, mis amigos radio aficionados around the world now listening to this, our middle of the week edition of DXers Unlimited, a radio hobby program that attempts to cover each and every one of the many ways we enjoy playing with our radios, from picking up an AM broadcast bandwidth signal using just a 3 NPN transistor receiver to completing a two-way moon-bound contact using 50 watts to a 2 meters band 10 elements home-built radio antenna that you have just finished building and pointed to the moon. Yes, amigos, there are many wonderful ways of spending our spare time, having a lot of fun with our radios, the antenna, new software communications packages that can be easily learned, and many, many other things that you can do, including soldering parts to circuit boards. I'm your host, Arnaldo Arnicoro, Radio Amateur CO2KK, and here is today's first topic. More today on the use of digital radio mondiale technology, the DRM. The new DRM Plus technology on the test now in South Africa is expected to add more knowledge to the DRM technology that is expected to expand all around the world in the next several years. In India, the current test period includes 1 hour a day of DRM transmissions at 25 different transmitting stations with rigorous evaluation procedures of the results achieved. But as I have said it here many times, the single most important drawback to DRM, Digital Radio Mondiale, continues to be the lack of low and medium cost receivers that are still sadly missing from the world market. Hopefully this may take a change for the better in the immediate future. It has to do with recent news items that have brought information about an integrated circuit capable of demodulating all possible transmission existing broadcast modes, including standard AM, FM, and several of the already on the air diesel radio modes like DRM, the IBOC or HD radio, and all the different DAB standards. If and when large-scale production of this new digital integrated circuit, combined with a tablet computer, automatically detects the modulation mode in use, producing clear audio output, this could be the breakthrough everyone is expecting in order to introduce the most efficient digital modes at a worldwide scale. It will save a lot of energy, but so far, in the meantime, existing DRM-capable receivers continue to be expensive, while those for HD radio and DAB are slowly becoming available at lower cost due to higher productions. More radio digital transmission modes to allow the possibility of broadcasting soon at an upcoming edition of DXers Unlimited. And now item 2, coming to you from DXers Unlimited's Middle of the Week program. It is well received by listeners according to your email messages. It is the short-form solar activity update. The sun is going through another period of very low activity, and just 3 sunspot active regions in sight were visible, so the current sunspot number was lower than expected. Early Tuesday morning UTC days, when I was writing the script of this show, we were below 40. More sporadic layer events are happening, with even some double hop openings bringing in much farther away stations on the 6 meters amateur band and also on 10 meters. Here is now item 3 of our show. The amigos, many of you I'm sure have gone through the unique and very special experience powering up a newly built radio receiver. Yes, a radio that you have just completed building. Many years later you can take a look at your logbooks and remember the call signs of the first station by the new receiver. I do remember very well how my home-built HBR14 receiver dropped a 13 meters international broadcast band station the vacuum tube one up. That radio was so sensitive that it picked up the 13 meters band broadcast signals with just a first link and the connected to the center of the coaxial antenna connector. Returning the first oscillator frequency to the band, 15 meters amateur band, the HBR14 started to pick up many amateur radio stations when my 30 meters band half-wave dipole was connected. By the way, 40 meters band dipole works very well on 15 meters also. The HBR14, originally designed by F. Crosby W622, was properly built, is still capable of providing excellent results, especially on the 80, 40, and 20-meter band. And one can always wind a new set of plug-in coils for the 30-meter amateur band. More about radios that can be built at home and bring signals from all over the world, coming up in a few seconds when our station will continue after a short break for station ID. Amigos, you are listening to Radio Havana Cuba. The name of the show is DXers Unlimited. I'm the host, Arnie Coro, Radio Amateur CO2KK, that's my hand radio call sign, Charlie Oscar 2 Kilo Kilo. And now more about homebrew radios that can be made, they can be built at home with a few hand tools, a low wattage soldering iron, and a low-cost digital multimeter. It can be achieved if you dedicate time to learn how to identify properly the electronic components like resistors, capacitors, resistors, integrated circuits, and also vacuum tube spring outs and connectors. As I have said it here many times, it will take some time, and you will always welcome to obtain the help of more experienced radio hobby enthusiasts, always willing to help. You always find someone willing to help, but be assured it can be achieved, and after some time you know how will be enough for you to build your first simple radio, the first one that will work. By the way, many times the first one doesn't work at all, and you have to go back to square one. Try to build a simple crystal receiver to which you add 1, 2, or 3 transistors audio amplifiers so that good home volume can be achieved from the local and near local AM broadcast band stations in your community. You can also use a combination of a one-stage transistor audio amplifier in an integrated circuit like the old LM380, an obsolete classic IC that provides much better performance than the also classic and very noisy LM386 integrated audio amplifier. And now item 4, an update with more information about the spring and summer sporadic layer propagation seasons now in full swing as we approach the month of June, the 5th month of this unique mode of propagation. According to several Havana Cuba propagation experts, they expect this year's sporadic evening season spanning from early May to late July to be surprisingly active one. This is a crucial year to test if the propagation rules are right or not, when many of them have and the sporadic layer event. In other words, to make it clear, during solar minimum years, like what is happening now, it seems that less solar activity somehow helps to enhance the probability of the formation of higher ionization density particles at the height of the E layer that may produce outstanding propagation events on the VHF band. Amateur radio operators having stations capable of operating on the 10 and 15 meter band will be able to benefit from those devices during the summer sporadic season that is now in full swing. Operating in 20 meter band will provide a hint that sporadic events very short skip signals on 20 meters that will tell tales that something is happening up there. The fact is that the real challenge for them that sporadic layer events continues to be so far that they have proven to be impossible to forecast. They are impossible to predict so far. There is no method that can tell us in advance when one of such super density sporadic layer particles starts suddenly or maybe even hours and then suddenly just disappear, vanish. For 6 meter band operators, these sporadic events make possible working via stations several hundred miles away, with the first skip zone area coming after a zone of 0 signals. There is also the possibility of double and triple hop skip signals when 2 or 3 patches of high density sporadic clouds align themselves at the proper places. So amigos, let's wait and see until early August, when we will soon be able to process the statistics of this year's sporadic season. And now at the end of the program, here is our propagation update and forecast for the next several days. Solar activity at very low levels, just a lonely weak sunspot active region inside Tuesday morning. There was some intensity here in Havana, was around 12 hours UTC. A quiet ionosphere due to the very low ultraviolet radiation levels, so the maximum visible frequency reached by the best north to south propagation path will barely reach 20 MHz at peak times of the day. And be on the lookout for those sporadic openings. Yes, it's now clear that the late spring and summer season is well on the way. I'm already receiving reports from 6 megabytes radio amateur operators from North America and the Caribbean telling me that they have already made the season's first e-skip contacts. Amigos, and please don't forget to set aside a little time to send me a signal report and your most appreciated comments and radio related questions to DXers Unlimited. Send mail to info.rac@enet.cu and via airmail to Arnie Coro, Radio Havana Cuba, Havana, Cuba.
And that's all for today. This is Arnie Coro, Radio Amateur CO2KK, your host here at Radio Havana's DXers Unlimited, saying 73 and very good DX.
Thanks, Arnie.